So I just got back from seeing Superman in theaters, and if you're new to this channel, we do honest reviews. I'm not doing any crazy edits or clickbait to try to make you stay or watch. This is just me telling you guys like it is and if this movie's worth watching. And I think for a movie like this, these honest reviews are important because there'll definitely be a lot of biased reviews out there that will just automatically love anything, so I'm here to tell you how it is for real. There'll be no major spoilers in this review, and if you like this type of normal content, consider subscribing. I think it's important to understand expectations for this movie. With Superman being one of the world's most popular and beloved characters, and with Hollywood seemingly being in a whole different reality from the rest of the world these days, it's safe to say I was nervous this movie was going to be a miss. The term woke is so overused nowadays, and I think its definition has been skewed, but after those headlines about Superman's story being an immigrant story, there was definitely a chance that there would be a focus on the wrong things. And real quick, by the way, that's my definition of woke, is forcing modern social politics into stories that shouldn't have it. The reason why I start with this discussion is because I know a lot of people will be looking at reviews trying to figure out if this movie was quote unquote woke. So just to answer that off the bat, no, it was not woke. This movie is a James Gunn movie through and through. Now, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing is up to you. His fingerprints are all over this one, with the wit and humor woven into his dialogue, specific and intentional camera moves during fight scenes, bright colors, animal humor, great music, and likable castings. It's perfect for Superman's vibes in my opinion. And while yes, the writing is a bit expositionary at times, Gunn nails the tone for each character and really has a sense for comedic timing. Before we get into Superman himself, the supporters were all good too. Gunn turned a character like Mr. Terrific, who most people probably won't even know from the comics, and made him one of the coolest and funniest characters in the entire movie. Nathan Fillion was also hilarious as Guy Gardner, and once again, Gunn nailed his timing with the dialogue he wrote for him. Lex Luthor was cartoony in both his lines and his performance, but it fits, of course, as this is a comic book movie, so that vibe for his character was good. I also like how Lex is just a straight up full-on hater of Superman. Like, I didn't need a backstory or a reason why, I just know he hates the guy, and it's a nice refreshing take for a villain that just is a straight up hater. Hawkgirl was fine, like her role was pretty small, and Krypto stole the show. While he was maybe hit or miss and could be annoying at times, I think he was a good addition. It's safe to say they chose the perfect actor for this movie. Not just on screen, but off screen too, as Cornsweat has slowly been revealing how big of a nerd he is on the press tour. He's got the look, of course, but it's really once he starts speaking as both Clark Kent and Superman that you get the comforting Superman vibe that makes his character so likable. His scenes and chemistry, especially with Rachel Brosnahan's Lois, were great. Like right in the beginning when they do the interview scene, you could just tell their chemistry is solid. I was worried they were gonna make his Superman like a Boy Scout, and they definitely did in the beginning. Even Guy Gardner told him to stop being soft, which I agree with. He was a little too much inexperienced at times in the beginning. Like, Superman is OP, and sometimes I just want to see him be super overpowering and strong. I don't always need the Boy Scout shtick from him. I didn't love how they portrayed his parents, that being the Kents. They were a little too much like morons. I just think Hollywood in general thinks anyone from the Midwest is stupid, but that's a whole other thing. I'm just nitpicking here, but I think the portrayal of them could have been a little better. Gunn nails the use of side characters here. He didn't try to give them annoying, forced storylines. They were just there for a specific reason, to be a side character. Jimmy Olsen was probably the most potent one, and he was funny. They also included an unnecessary hot character in Cat Grant, which gives me hope. There should be characters in movies that are just hot for the sake of being hot. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Beck Bennett was funny in his small role, and I would have liked more screen time from Wendell Pierce, but I'm sure we'll get more of him in the sequel that he leaked in an interview. This movie is definitely worth watching in theaters. Without getting too over-analytical, it's just a fun movie. It's a nice, refreshing take on Superman, and it gives me hope for the future of the DCU by James Gunn. I'm giving this a 4 out of 5 stars, and here are my updated rankings for 2025. As you can see, this was one of my favorites all year. If you guys are curious, you could check out my full Letterboxd profile and let me know that you came from YouTube when you do. Leave a comment what your rating was, and we could talk.